Welcome to the morning shoot around here on the Athletic NBA Daily's YouTube feed. We go live on Wednesdays. We'd love for you to join us. If you're listening to the podcast, you can hop in. You can ask questions like our friend Lawrence Field in the chat. Can we get Nico to sign on as a Pelicans advisor? That feels appropriate. That seems about right.
No.
Trade Trey Murphy to the Lakers for 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, that seems right. I'm Andrew Schlecht. With me, Dave DuFour, Es Baraheni,
Hello.
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 All right, so the Mavericks find themselves in a really interesting position. One, they were floated a life raft in the form of Cooper Flag last year, and now they have a future ahead of them. They've got like 2 guys, and I think that they should really, like, the prudent thing would be to build around him and Derek Lively. If you want to include Max Christie in that,
Sure.
cool.
Yeah. Brandon Williams, why not? Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Okay. Let's just
Come on now.
how about we'll just say Cooper Flag and Derek Lively. Let's just do that. Let's
Yeah.
back it up even.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
can back
And
it up.
Derek Lively if he continues to develop. So
If he can stay healthy, is really
Yeah.
like a big
Yeah.
thing for him.
Yeah.
They own their own pick, which is part of the reason for this exercise, is that if you are the Mavericks and you have a chance to add to that core with a really nice player in this upcoming draft, which is being lauded. It's being lauded.
There's a lot of lauding going around for this draft. Right? Yeah.
I think that it makes sense to try to trade these guys. Now it's like, okay, what can you actually get for Anthony Davis? And is that so embarrassing to your franchise that you get whatever this trade is, and you just traded Luka for him? Like where's that lie?
He had 44 or had 44 games and not played in many of them.
you can't let pride be a thing at this point.
Yeah.
Because you
true.
got swindled already.
Listen, guys, fortune favors the bold.
That's right. That's how we got in this place here. Boldness.
Yeah, honestly, it feels a little bit like it's a little bit like the Steve Ballmer aspiration thing where he just keeps giving him money, right? Like theoretically, like just getting scammed. I'm the richest, smartest guy in the world. I'm just getting scammed repeatedly. And so if you don't trade Anthony Davis, you're just continuing the scam. It's a money pit, sunk cost fallacy at this, on display with the Mavericks if they don't just go ahead and move on.
Can I just say one thing before we get this started? So, yeah, the Mavericks have their 2026 pick, and so they have free will to tank as much as they want this year.
Yeah.
After that, though, they do not. So 2027 is tied up. 2028, I believe, OKC has swap rights to. 2029. Yeah, and just like, yep, just want to confirm there. 2029, it's like Houston has their pick. 2030 is San Antonio. Now they do have the Lakers 2029 pick from the Luka trade, but
Cool.
like, they don't have that much freedom to tank. They have freedom this year.
Well,
and then it's a little bit tougher. Yeah.
And that's, again, this is why I think you gotta move on. Go ahead and get the tank. Get what you can now.
I agree. Yeah.
And the cupboard is bare. So like, think about this. I've talked about what Cleveland did post LeBron to rebuild, and really, like, we're seeing the fruits of that now. But they just need to jump in on every single trade that's happening and try to get a piece, get a second rounder. Maybe they get, a first swap or something in there. But they're going to be gambling for the next couple of years, trying to just figure out, how to do this. But I just don't see how you develop the young guys, get bad enough to tank this year and keep these other guys on the roster.
Do you pull the Sam Presti and just mail it in, knowing you're going to mail it in for like 2 to 3 years, knowing on the outside you're developing young talent and, you're building out your treasure trove of picks and you're perfectly fine with that? Like, that's the part that I don't know if Patrick Dumont is going to be okay with.
Well, especially because they don't have their picks.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing is, like, you don't have your own draft assets.
Yeah.
Those are your most valuable assets whenever you're tanking. And when you don't control those, it's it's tricky. I would still tank for this year and just try to get whoever you can in this class and then move forward. But
they kind of have to do the Brooklyn thing because Brooklyn also doesn't have control of some of their future first, but they have control of like a few of them here and there. So they have to toggle the line between tank and competitive. Can I throw out Anthony Davis destination?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Hawks.
Now that's interesting.
Okay.
So, yeah, look.
They need another guy who doesn't play.
Listen, if you thought
how about the Philadelphia 76ers? Let's do that.
Hey, Donkey 16 actually just recommended Paul George and Jared McCain for Anthony Davis.
That is interesting.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so let's do Kristaps Porzingis. Send him to Dallas. Back a reunion.
Wow.
In Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Little reunion stuff there. Luke Kennard. Okay. For salary purposes, you're probably going to have to add another player here. I don't know. Take your pick of like the 12 to $15 million range player. Ah, man, probably.
Who would that be, though? Like, who are we talking? Because, like, the guys that are in that range.
Yeah.
Onyeka Okongwu, Nikhil. You're not trading Risa Shea in this kind of deal.
No. I'd probably do a Okongwu.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
And they're not getting any picks. That's it. That's the bulk. Like that's all you're getting.
This is disgusting.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's gross. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And it doesn't even work. Where are we at?
It doesn't work.
I don't hate like the idea of the Hawks trying to capitalize on this, especially when you have like the 1-year deal of Kristaps
expiring.
And like, okay, Kristaps on paper, yes, a guy that you'd want on this team, but is he going to play enough? Same can be said for AD, is going to want an extension wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's the part here, because like that's why I think some of his value is going to be depreciated in some of these trades, because he's going to want a massive extension this summer, and so who is willing to pay him? It's basically baked into whatever you're trading is you're extending Anthony Davis to that as well. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rough start. That's a rough start. Okay, so
I got a thought.
Okay, let's hear it, Zena.
Let's go to the Bulls.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Now you're thinking, Zena.
I love the Bulls as an AD destination. He goes back home, you know.
Right.
Here's my thing.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
I want him to play. Okay. I just would like for him to play basketball.
It'd be great.
So
him and Giddey
I worry.
Him and Giddey would be awesome. You know?
Yeah. Okay, but I worry he gets to the Bulls and it's like, okay, we're gonna see you for 30 games.
Listen, hometown kid in Chicago.
So here's the way I'm looking at it. You've got Vucevic, you've got Patrick Williams, you've got Zach Collins. I don't think they're going to move away from Nikola Vucevic. Like I feel like they want his shooting, and Anthony Davis alongside of Vucevic kind of allows him to be that. Yes, that's where I was thinking. Trading Zach Collins for sure, adding a Kevin Huerter.
Kobe White, you got to add Kobe White.
I don't know if you got to add Kobe White.
Because
they have to get him.
They have to get him, and Kobe is extension eligible, and the Bulls don't want to pay him. So
okay, all right. Well, either way, yes.
Close.
I was gonna go with a Trey Jones or some other guard off the bench, but
nah, it has to be Kobe White.
To be Kobe White, yeah. And then I think you could be fine adding some random player.
Yeah.
Here,
let's try.
Probably not Patrick Williams because he's not good.
I think the way I would try to do this if I was the Bulls is including Patrick Williams or not including Patrick Williams. So you give the Huerter expiring, Zach Collins expiring, Javon Carter expiring, Kobe White we're going to extend. But now I need some picks for Anthony Davis. So it's Kobe White plus maybe a pick or two for AD is the base of the trade. You know,
well, also the expirings allow you just that reset. And it essentially just gets everything off your books, and now all of a sudden you get to move forward with these cheaper contracts.
Yeah, totally.
Kobe White would be the only one on an extension. I mean, you got to think about Kyrie, obviously, but Kobe White would be the only core player that you'd have that would be under a deal. So
and knowing you have Lively, imagining, I don't know, what Gafford's deal is. I think he was just extended. No.
He was, but he can
Yeah.
be traded starting December 15th.
Yep.
Okay. Well, having those two already, adding a Zach Collins, like it will be perfect for him to be on an expiring. Most likely moves Daniel Gafford, maybe keep those two guys. Zach Collins be a nice little mentor for Lively in that mix. This, to me, this works. This works.
Man, they traded Luka Doncic to get this guy.
Do you trade
Kobe White
Doncic for Kobe White, Kevin Huerter, Zach Collins, and Javon Carter and a pick?
Oh my God.
and you do that all day.
Yeah.
I do like, and like you're right, Dave. This is something that I think NBA teams really struggle with when they get to this point.
Yeah.
Like you have to set your pride aside.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's a bar, but I didn't mean it to be. But like you have to do that in order to go into the rebuilding process, because it's really tough. Like we saw it here in OKC. Like they had to do that because they had a good team. They had Chris Paul, they had Steven Adams, they had Dennis Schroeder, they had SGA, they had Danilo Gallinari. All these players that were really good. That was a really fun team, and you could have said, you know what, just run it back. The fans will be excited to see this team come back. Like they'll be good. They'll compete in the West. But they had to like really set aside the pride of like what they had like kind of built. Like I think they kind of came to that but more by accident than anything.
Right.
But like they had to like set that aside, like the success that they had, because like they really wanted to go through this rebuilding process to like get on the other side of it. And the Mavericks are going to have to do that to a degree.
Well, they've already done it though. They set their success aside when they traded Luka.
Yeah.
Right. So they've already done the worst. They bottomed out basically, and they have not. I mean, Anthony Davis has barely played since the trade, and it hasn't really looked great when he's been out there without any guards. Right. Like they just don't have a team. Kyrie Irving getting hurt has like really exacerbated the Luka trade. I think it, like, to be fair to Nico, because they did look pretty good. You know, what we saw, like for whatever it was, a half of basketball, you could see, oh, okay, this team might do something. And I actually thought Kyrie stays healthy. If AD stays healthy, they make a run maybe in the playoffs, right? Like they had enough juice last year. But
that's part of the problem here. Like they said
now
that they wanted to, create this championship window for themselves, and then are relying on two injury-prone 30-year-olds, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And like that just is a backwards philosophy. And look, that's why Nico Harrison is fired now. But to your point about putting your pride to the side and trying to build forward, you also, I think, have to find a way. Like, what is this next front office going to prioritize? Is it cap space? Is it picks? Is it taking on contracts to get extra picks? Because there's three different ways to approach a rebuild. And I think depending on how Dallas wants to move, they can either take on a Patrick Williams and be able to take on a pick or something along the lines for that, or they can take the expiring salaries of Huerter and Javon Carter and Zach Collins, and then you have the cap space there to maneuver moving forward. It just depends on how they want to move, in the next couple of years. But we're
going to find out a lot about the new owners of the team and like, what are they prioritizing?
Yeah.
Obviously, like
a casino
Luka is insane. Right. They ran one for the last 9 months.
I'm curious, like, and this is, I am no trade expert by any means.
Sure.
And this is why I'm asking that question, or made the comment about the Sam Presti thing. Like, to the point, S, that you just made about the different ways to go about a rebuild. You can move players to get picks and build your draft assets that you've now lost, right? That's what you guys were saying. Dallas Mavericks don't own those. But you can move players to go and try and get them, or you can move players to get the cap space so you're not worried about draft and you're worried about
free agency,
players, right? Free agency, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
or being able to jump in, okay, we've got a disgruntled player and I've got space, or
or Ben Simmons
want to make it
basically being a haven,
$1
right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yep.
You're being
a haven to be able to say that. That's fine. So that's my thing, is like, I'm more curious about, do the Dallas Mavericks have the patience to do the route of let's trade away these players and get these draft assets with the hopes that these people come in? Or do they feel like they have a closing window, mainly because they were just in the I was going to say the WNBA, the NBA finals just 2 years ago.
Well, the window's shut.
Yeah,
I mean, the window's shut, right? Exactly. But do we think that there's still like this pressure?
I think with Cooper, there is less pressure for them to immediately turn themselves into a contender or a competitive team. Like
I would agree with that.
They have at least a 5-6 year window until Cooper gets into his prime where they can build meticulously. How that building looks, to your point, Zena, I think it has a lot to do with what the front office wants to do moving forward. I do like the Bulls as a destination, though.
Good teams and good front offices are already, like, if they have Cooper Flag in their house, they're already thinking 5 years out. Like, how are we putting a team together around this guy? You know, starting next summer.
Yeah, what does he need? Right?
How do we make sure Conka Nipple, when his deal is coming up, how can we get him in the house? You know,
Kobe White would work. He would actually.
Kobe White would be pretty good. He's young enough. You know, I like this. I like the move. It's a move that the Bulls probably should make because they never really take a swing. Like when they do, it's Vooch. It's Josh Giddey.
Is AD another Vooch?
Maybe.
Just throw it out there.
Maybe.
AD is another Vooch in the sense of like they're trading for a big who they are going to regret having.
Yeah. I mean, like,
probably.
You do have to. A lot of this is like, hey, theoretically, Anthony Davis is going to help you because he's an awesome defender. He can anchor a defense. The Bulls don't have anything like that right now.
Yeah,
they allow the most points at the rim of any team in the NBA today. Like getting an Anthony Davis type of player would help. However, is he going to play? Because if he doesn't play, that doesn't help you.
But that's sort of baked into the trade value discussion we're having here too. Right. You know, like there's a reason we're not involving Josh Giddey in these conversations or multiple picks or anything like that.
Right. I think they get one first.
Yeah. Like we know the value of Anthony Davis at this point is not where it was. And like to what you guys were saying about pride, they're not going to get the type of return they would have got for Luka Doncic. Like it's just throw that out the window. That doesn't exist anymore. You have to approach it like
that you could do AD in a first and Max Christie or something and maybe get Luka back.
That window was closed. You talk about windows being closed. That one's closed for sure.
And hammered shut.
Yeah.
Are there any other Anthony Davis teams?
There's got to be.
There's tons. There has to be more. Yeah.
We can talk about Philly.
I mean, the Knicks are kind of interesting.
Oh, the Knicks are interesting. Okay. Talk to me.
Yeah. Break us down on this one.
I mean, we like, is the cat thing working there?
They've been awesome to start.
They're really good. Towns plays. He plays basketball games, Dave.
Is the cat thing working defensively? Like when we get to the playoffs, and I'm not saying that it's not. I actually like Cat on that team, but I know that when we talk about Giannis teams, the Knicks come up, and I think a part of that is the defense. I do think that with what they have to do, like having to play Mitchell Robinson and Cat basically to make it work, I think is an issue for them.
Fair point.
They should go after Gafford is my thing.
I actually like Gafford for them too. Right. Yeah.
A guy. So how is Gafford not Mitchell?
He is, but he's just a Mitchell that can play.
Yeah.
Like the thing with Mitchell Robinson, and that's always the thing, is he just can't play. Like he is always unhealthy. And
would you trade Mitch and an asset for Daniel Gafford?
Mitch is expiring.
Mitch isn't expiring.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good move.
Gafford's younger, right? Oh, they're about the same age.
About the same.
But Mitch just feels so much like is Mitch. How much longer is Mitch going to play in the NBA compared to what Gafford could?
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair.
I think Mitch is a better player. I think he's like straight up a better player, and he's been awesome for them this year. But you do have to worry about his health. I mean, quite a bit.
I would do that straight up.
Great deal. Yeah, he's on a great deal.
I might do that straight up. I wonder how Knicks fans would feel about that. Gafford for Mitchell Robinson straight up.
Well, it
doesn't even work. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, we can get there.
Yeah. It's close
where is Trying to see how
Hello,
much-
interest you in a Pacome Detier?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
You
go.
know, like you can get there. I think like this makes sense. And for the Mavs, like you like maybe you need a second rounder or something.
I think you need at least a second, maybe
You probably need a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe like Tyler Kolek, you know?
two. Right.
Kolek is
player.
like a decent prospect.
Yeah. If I'm the Knicks, I'm not willing to sacrifice any depth at this
Mhm.
point.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
And if I'm the Mavericks, I don't really want to do deals without picks. Like,
That's fair.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, I
totally.
feel like
Yeah, that's
something's
kinda
got to be thrown in there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see
basically,
AD for the
They're
Knicks.
doing almost the NBA equivalent of, you know, how the person that traded a paperclip for a house. eventually?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's how you have to rebuild when you have no picks.
But they're basically doing the opposite. They had the house.
Right. Oh my God. They had a house that they
Wait, do you guys watch
they
The
moved out
Office?
of.
They traded
I
it
mean,
for
yeah.
300 paper clips. And now
Look,
we're
This is when Jim found a way to convince Dwight to trade away everything that he got in the the
Yeah.
garage sale.
Oh,
for
yeah,
those
yeah.
Magic
Yeah.
beans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to find. Who is, when you talk about pride, who's prideful enough to fall for the Magic beans?
Defense is the Magic Beans of the NBA.
It is. It is. That's a good analogy.
Can I do AD to the Pistons? How do we feel about AD
Ooh.
to the Pistons?
freaking hate it, but yeah.
Just shotgunning. Yeah. This is the issue with the Pistons that I have when, like, because we've been talking about how the Pistons could
They've
be
been awesome.
one piece away, right?
Yep.
But the issue I have is that I like this team so much
Mhm.
that
I know.
adding a guy like Anthony Davis who doesn't play would be infuriating.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
Duran's awesome. Beef stew's awesome. Like you don't need
Anthony
the
Davis.
reason you'd want AD is because he helps you around the hoop. And like
The other
you,
thing,
Right.
you gotta consider this. AD hates playing center. He wants to be the
I-
four.
Right.
So he
Thank
will
you.
play. He'll play next to Duran. He'll play next to Isaiah Stewart. He has no problem doing that. So
But he can't stretch the floor. Beef
Yeah.
Stew shooting 50% from three. Come on, man. Can't do that.
give me beef stew all day over AD. Right
Beef
now.
Stew, better player than Anthony Davis, according to Andrew Schlecht. Let's
Plays
aggregate
plays
that, guys.
basketball games. Plays in basketball
He
games.
does.
I mean, to be fair, he's not playing right now. He's kind of hurt.
Okay, all right. But
No,
he's
I get
usually
what you're saying.
Point of- I mean, who would you bet
But-
more? Who would you say is going to play more this season?
Oh.
Isaiah Stewart will play more
For
basketball.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Davis isn't okay. I don't think Anthony Davis, like, there's no incentive to come back and play for the Mavericks. Period.
Fair.
Mhm.
Zero.
That's fair.
There's none. And if you're the Mavericks and the goal is to trade him, zero. Except for, okay, hey, we'll throw him out there for a couple days and we're going to do the injury management thing just so you guys can see, okay, he's not still 15 pounds overweight like he was coming into camp. And yes, his legs are still attached.
Andrew, do the Bucks.
All right.
That's great. That's insane.
Okay.
The Bucks.
Look, we're talking about desperation.
This is
Keep
a
Giannis in the
this
door.
is a Hail Mary. This is a
Yeah. This is a front office that is known for Hail Marys at this point.
oh boy.
Drew
Okay.
Holiday out of a hat, wave and stretch Dame for Miles Turner. Let's try it all. Kyle Kuzma and Miles Turner for Anthony Davis, I assume, is the deal. Something along the lines of that.
Kuz's been hooping, by the way. Kuzma has been, they made this joke about
Kuz is loose.
we're gonna use Kuzma like Giannis when he comes off the bench. Kuzma's been good. I am shocked by how, like, Zena, I think you were the one that pointed out. One thing he's gonna do is get those shots up. And if they go in, right? Like he had
Yes.
what, 8 points in like
Mhm.
first
8
2
minutes. No.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He'll come off the bench and have more shot attempts than the starters combined in like 8 minutes. It's crazy.
Well, a sliding doors moment with the Mavericks and Kyle Kuzma. They were trying to trade for Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Kuzma turned his nose up to him and decided, like, I don't think I want to go there. I want to play for that team. I want to compete for championships. I don't want to be there. They almost gave up 2 draft picks for Kyle Kuzma. The Dallas Mavericks did, and so they pivoted to PJ Washington, who is just straight up a better player. But yeah,
Why would Dallas do that?
why would Dallas do this?
I don't like this.
Do the Bucks have any sort of picks capital? I know they don't have a ton.
They got nothing.
Yeah, I mean
They have
And then
the 2030.
here's the thing. They got Miles Turner. I think Miles Turner is a better fit next to Giannis. His ability to stretch the floor. He shoots above the break threes and he shoots them well. He's and frankly, like he plays more.
he plays more.
I mean, this
That
is like the
matters.
underlying factor, right? It's the underlying theme when you're talking about Anthony Davis. How much do they play? How much can you? What's the availability like?
Not saying he's a scammer, Zena.
Right. I know. I just don't. I don't like this. This is making me feel icky.
Can the Hornets get him? Can we send him to Charlotte?
They own Dallas's 2027 pick.
Boom. Call it in. Anthony Davis for their own pick back. Straight up. Well, I don't know how to make the do they have to make the salaries work?
They got to trade something.
They got to. But how about take Miles Bridges
And makes
please.
18. We're not that far now. Give me a grant.
All right. So if you had LaMelo,
and then you can trade
Brandon Knipple, Brandon Miller, Anthony Davis, and Kalkbrenner as your starting five. The Charlotte Hornets.
Will LaMelo Ball and Anthony Davis combined play 82 games?
Never together. They would never play together.
But
Alternate
Davis
game.
gets to be a 4.
That's true.
And that also really matters for him. So
I don't mind that.
I don't mind this either.
That. Especially if you're the Mavs and you get your pick back, I'd do that 1,000%. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great deal for the
Mavs. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that.
And it gets Anthony Davis to the East.
Let's go. Okay. It'd just be so funny if the Lakers called. They're like, "Hey, listen."
Oh well, okay. When we knew Nico was getting
late
fired,
night you up.
How come Rob Pelinka? If you're Rob Pelinka, right? Why aren't you on the phone with
hiring
Nico? Saying, hey, no. Before he gets canned, hey man, look, no, you're on the way out. Let's do me a favor. Let's do a deal right now.
Anthony Davis for LeBron James.
I wouldn't want AD if I was the Lakers. I'd want Gafford, but
yeah, I would want Lively if I was them. To be honest,
well, of course,
yeah.
But of the guys who should,
Gafford would be good.
Yeah. Gafford would be a great fit.
Yeah, this would be this would break.
It'd be so funny.
They would just be involved with another league-breaking trade.
This would never happen.
Are we doing LeBron fake trades yet? Have we gotten to that point, guys?
Not yet.
When we're watching Luka average 40 a game.
He's warming up with the South Bay Lakers right now.
At this point, I feel like it's sacrilegious to think about the Lakers trading LeBron. I just feel like he's now written into their history.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, like I'm just trying to think. Can they even get there salary wise? Yeah, you could get there. You could get there.
Bronny or it's no deal.
What would you get?
Also, hey, by the way, Rui Hachimura has been really good.
He has been.
Yeah, he's been hooping.
He's turned himself into a very cool player.
This is a gross trade, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is gross.
This would have to be a pick-based trade, right?
Yeah.
Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber for Anthony Davis. For those listening later on the pod.
Maxi back to the Mavericks. Okay. Yep. No, there's no chance that the Lakers actually pick up the phone.
The only Western Conference team, and I'm glad someone in the comments mentioned it, Shasha. The Clippers. Yeah. The Clippers are the only Western Conference team that I think makes sense for AD.
Oh boy, give me another injured player to the Clippers.
Just making the unction just
they just have so much experience with these guys not playing. Clippers might be a scam franchise when it comes to playing basketball games.
Yeah, no question. It's
like a money laundering operation.
Would you just do Kawhi for AD straight up? I don't think you can do it straight up.
I don't think
it's close. It's
no, you got to do something. Well, the thing is, do the Clippers even have picks to give back? That's the issue.
You could do Kawhi and James Harden for Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Straight up.
What does that do for anybody?
It's two sinking ships swapping deck chairs.
in the night.
I'd rather have James Harden than any of these other guys. I'm like just straight up, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's a serious player and he actually shows up to work.
No, I think the real version of this trade would be like John Collins, Bogdanovich, stuff
Yeah.
and picks.
Bogdan's getting moved this year for
Yeah.
sure.
But then the other thing is like, what picks do the Clippers even have if they're doing John Collins, Bogdan, and like Derek Jones Jr. or something? You know?
Yeah, they don't really have what Dallas needs.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is one of these things. I
You might
think
want
that
to add Chris Dunn in this. He's starting to slow down or get further down the work chart.
starting to slow down is like what I say about my dog. Like he's like 8.5 now. I'm like, yeah, he's starting to slow down a little bit.
No,
That's
sorry. Chris Dunn is not starting to
disrespectful.
slow down. I just mean that his minutes are starting to get replaced.
Yeah.
You got John Collins. It's like, yeah.
Collins has been pretty interesting. See, to me, I think this is going to have to be a team more like Charlotte for the Mavericks to be able to get what it needs, right? Like they need to trade with a team that isn't going to be very good, that has picks that are likely to have some value. And, you know, with AD being 32.
Sounds like a team I cover, actually.
I was just about to say, you know, a team as interesting as the Raptors because, like, he's old, right?
Like
I mean, old, you know, for the NBA.
No.
Send him to the Toronto.
No, I can't even entertain it.
I have a question.
Now, this is not how you get rid of Emmanuel quickly.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're about to do this Kings trade, but I have another Western team that
Let's hear it.
we might have a conundrum when a certain player comes back from injury. The Spurs.
San Antonio.
My God.
So imagine Dylan Harper comes back. We've been talking about what is this going to look like with Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and we know that De'Aaron Fox's return and made Victor Wembanyama look really, really good. But we know that before Dylan Harper went out, he also helped Victor Wembanyama look really, really good.
This is Fox.
Could you move a De'Aaron Fox?
I think you get more
Mavs.
for Fox than Anthony.
Yeah,
Davis.
I would if I was the Spurs front office, like
Yep.
I would slam the door.
Yep. I don't. I'm not. There's no way. There's no way. We got Luke Cornett. What do we need Anthony Davis for? French vanilla.
have to like make up like 17 million too. So it's like can't just be like a straight swap. You've got
No. I'm not thinking a straight swap.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking De'Aaron and Luke.
Oh, I think Barnes is kind of Harrison Barnes. Like if the Spurs, which by the way, the Spurs do not often trade in the season.
No,
but if they did, Harrison Barnes has got a $19 million contract and it's expiring.
Yeah,
that is such a fat trade asset that I think that any deal they make, they would include Harrison Barnes. I just think like his money would definitely be in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I just the Fox thing is
a backcourt conversation, which we don't really know what the conversation is yet because we haven't really had to see it, this so far this season. But that's a team that's got some extra talent floating around, particularly in the backcourt. And right now, that is what Dallas desperately needs.
We've yet to see a team get to the playoffs and feel like they had too much ball handling. And I think that if you're the Spurs, and one of the big reasons why they wanted Fox, obviously, even though they had Stephen Castle, they didn't know they were going to have Harper, of course. But ball handling in the NBA has been underrated, and now like there's all this new ball pressure that's happening. I actually
full court pressure.
I don't
not Luke. Kelly Olynyk, was he 13 expiring?
He is, yeah. I don't think that the Spurs are going to wind up moving Fox. I feel a little differently now than I did like 3 months ago.
I agree. Yeah. I don't think that.
But if he was available, they would get something better than Anthony Davis.
Yeah. If AD didn't have the contract he has and didn't want like
an extension,
wanting an extension on top of that, then like maybe you'd explore it. But like if you're the Spurs, you can't tie up that much of your cap in a guy that doesn't play.
I dropped this in the chat.
32.
How about a jaw for Anthony Davis?
Oh, gross. Let's look at it. Okay.
Anthony Davis, jaw, and like, I don't know, another salary to make it work, whatever that salary is. Yeah, KCP, sure.
Anthony Davis, it's amazing how irrelevant he feels as a player right now.
It's too much. Yeah, I really don't love the AD Jaren offense
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know. I mean, they occupy similar spaces on the court. I don't love that. Yeah. And then Ja in Dallas would be hilarious, I think. I don't know. That's not if that's your pivot, it's like, you know what? We finally got Nico Harrison out of here. And now everybody, we're trading for Ja Morant, who's having this great season for the Memphis Grizzlies. Everything's going great there. Don't worry, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I don't think so, guys.
I think
I
Josh,
don't think
Josh
Ja
shooting.
can go any team that doesn't have an established identity already.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And right now, the Mavs are just a little bit fragile when it comes to that.
There are only two teams so far that I've been like, I could see it, and that's the Hornets and Bulls. That's
Yeah.
the only two that I've.
I was just going down the list of NBA teams, right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Cleveland, definitely no. Boston, maybe. They could maybe, but probably not. Right?
No,
I don't think they'll do it. Didn't he
Knicks,
decline?
Knicks, probably no. Pacers, no. Bucks, no. Pistons, no. Magic, no. Atlanta, no. Bulls, yes. Heat, no.
No.
Raptors,
no.
Raptors, maybe. Nets, the Nets, I don't think
No.
that they would do it.
No, I don't
Sixers,
think they would do it.
no. Hornets, maybe. Wizards, no. And that's just the East. I mean, Anthony Davis is not the guy that he was, and he doesn't have the reputation of the guy that he used to. And when you look around the league, like everybody's trying to compete.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Yeah.
Who
Phoenix?
is he helping?
What about Phoenix?
Now, okay, now that's interesting. Actually, hadn't got to them yet.
You've got they're the Spurs for the bigs. Like they've got so much young talent, I think, in their big positions. I don't know if they would trade for someone that doesn't play. Like,
Yeah.
They don't have anyone as good as AD when AD does play,
Mm-hmm.
sure,
but he doesn't play.
It's also
Right.
worth mentioning that they've actually been a pretty good defense to start the year, and like
Yep.
maybe AD will help enhance that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he definitely will when he plays. But then the other thing is you have Kaman, you have Nick Richards, you have Mark Williams, and those guys, when AD is not playing,
Right.
can kind of facilitate those minutes, you know? So I actually don't hate this idea. It's just, what do you do? Jalen Green?
I was going to say it has to be centered around Jalen Green.
I think Jalen Green, yeah.
He's become
Is it Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, maybe.
he's become cannon fodder for trades. Jalen Green at this point, he's just the guy to move around.
And if you're Dallas, is Jalen Green a player that you want to pair alongside Cooper Flag? I think is the question you have to ask.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
You know,
he's not
there are
bad.
worse options. There are worse options.
mhm.
For like
there are better options.
we are tanking, we are rebuilding, we need scoring and guard play next to Cooper. Not a bad guy. Jalen Green's not a bad player for that.
And actually, his contract isn't bad at all when you consider how the cap is moving up. He signed a shorter contract, so only makes $33.5 million a year. I mean, I say that only, it's so much money. So he's got he's got 1 year left and a player option for $36 million that he probably will decline.
Mhm.
So, I think that's pretty good because worst case, we lost Jalen Green.
Yeah. It's a very
It's
Matt
really
Ishbia type of trade also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks for Anthony Davis works.
No, how
Straight
about you keep Dylan Brooks?
I'd want to keep Dylan Brooks.
Of course you do, but I'm just saying the money works straight up.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But you do like I guess Grayson Allen. Yeah.
Then you need a little bit.
Maybe Nick Richards. I guess you can one of the bigs can.
Yeah.
One of the bigs, not Oso.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
That gets you there. That's at
Can we
least
can the Mavericks get Ryan Dunn? Can we pull that off?
sure. You
I
want
can,
them.
I can give you one of Ryan Dunn or Oso Iguodala.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, Jalen Green, Grayson Allen, Nick Richards for AD works. I think that there's like there might be something there. If I'm the Mavericks and I'm rebuilding, I don't want Jalen Green, but
I kind of like that for the Suns too, because Booker and AD, that's
It's
like you
They
can
do
work
have
with
that Team USA chemistry.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's real.
I have a bad idea.
oh no.
Mhm.
How about
A lot of these have been bad ideas, by the way.
Anthony Davis for Domantas Sabonis? Does that do anything for you?
That's
Oh,
that's
that is
disgusting.
that is
Yeah,
disgusting.
I don't feel that well after hearing that.
I think Rich Paul would find a way to make sure that trade doesn't happen.
Yeah, totally.
He does
All
not.
right. Well, that's why I prefaced it with I have a bad idea. Okay.
Can we do some Keon Ellis fake trades, by the way?
Yeah, why not?
That'll be next week. We'll do an hour on fake Keon Ellis trades next week.
Oklahoma City is going to trade for Keon Ellis. They're going to send like
Usman Jang for Keon.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Oh,
sign him.
it's going to be like an all-star.
Rain M2W said Portland, Jeremy Grant, Scoot Henderson, Time Lord. That's a pretty good deal for the Mavs if you're
trying to play.
Yeah, if they're trying to pull the plug on Scoot Henderson already, I'm like, yeah, I will give it a shot. I would. That's a great trade for the Mavericks. I think if you're the Blazers,
yeah.
I don't know. You're like, what do we sign up?
You're going to cry after you do that trade
because you also get rid of Jeremy Grant's contract if you're the Blazers.
Who's been better than Anthony Davis this year? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's another
off the bench. He's been awesome. Yeah.
and Drew Holiday with AD, another good connection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're just dying to make the play in and then be back to rebuilding in 2 years, this is an awesome option for you.
Telling you, there's one team that sounds like that right now.
Toronto.
This one team.
AD to the Warriors for Dre and Jonathan Kuminga.
Oh, no.
Okay, if there are two teams in the entire league that probably don't need the unavailability of Anthony Davis, it would be the Warriors and it would be the Clippers. Let's not even. Yeah,
Zena, what's your feel for what's going on with the Warriors?
Man, I think it's like I said this last night. It's very weird. Like the energy is weird, but I'll say this: the fact that there has been such inconsistency with who's available night in, night out, I empathize with the players. Like one night on the back-to-backs, and they've had more back-to-backs. By next week, they'll have more back-to-backs than anyone else in the league so far this year. And Al Horford's only playing on one of them. Then Steph gets sick with that weird, like strange illness. Now there's a possibility Draymond might sit against the Spurs tonight. You don't quite know if you don't already know your roles and how you fit in the way that OKC knows their roles, regardless of who's in and out, it really does impact your energy and your execution in terms of what am I playing tonight? Last night, for example, you saw Jonathan Kuminga trying to become a playmaker, which resulted in 5 turnovers. Yes, it got 4 assists, but it's just like, no, bro, actually tonight we needed you to just attack the basket, like attack OKC. That needs to be your role tonight. But again, it feels as if every game, and I'm not just singling out Jonathan Kuminga, it can be a variety of these guys. Every game, there's a new thing being asked of them because they don't have any consistency with like what their lineup looks like. And it is still early. It is still, top of November. But that is the number one thing right now I think that the Warriors do not have is, yes, we have Steph. Yes, we have Draymond and we have Jimmy. And that should feel like consistency because it's carryover from last year. But there hasn't been a level of consistency. The rotations have changed significantly throughout the games as Steve Kerr is still trying to figure out what's going on.
I just have a quick question. Who was Draymond and Jimmy talking about? Like, who do you think, like post game? Because it felt like they were all alluding to the same thing. And I saw Warriors fans being like, "Oh, it's clearly about Jonathan Kuminga," but it doesn't feel like it was about Jonathan. I don't know.
The thing is, now Draymond is very thoughtful with everything he says, right? Like, and what I mean is like he puts thought into what he decides to say out loud publicly, whether it's on his podcast or in these pressers. Yeah. And so he clearly had somebody in mind. He's thinking of someone. But what's so crazy to me is that they could probably come out, be competitive against San Antonio tonight, and they play them back to back. So they could be competitive against San Antonio 2 games in a row, and then all of a sudden this whole narrative around personal agendas,
Yeah.
getting in the way of the goals and the agenda of the team goes away. And so I don't want to dig too deep into that, because this is what happened with the Warriors last year. It was a much longer runway until things unraveled, right? But this happened with them last year, where they were awful on the road. They had that stretch where it was just like, blow it up. The Steph Curry era, like, you got to figure out what to do with it. Like, the window is closing. They made one move. They get Jimmy Butler and they go 23-8.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, this team is so volatile. And I sometimes hate that word because it sounds close to violent, or like, if sounds has a negative connotation, but they are volatile. They're like, the smallest thing can change everything. You can move Al Horford into the starting lineup and it could look like a completely different team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm still, until they have some consistency with what their lineups are, and exactly how, when that changes, everyone knows where they're supposed to move into in terms of the lanes they're supposed to fill. I don't know if you can really assess them, but they looked bad. I mean,
it's terrible.
yesterday. It was, and they looked tired. And again, no excuses. The back-to-backs is real. They are older. Are they the oldest team in the league?
I think it's the Clippers, but they're pretty close.
Clippers and
the Warriors are pretty close. Yeah.
Who also look bad. I mean,
who also look bad. Yeah.
It's hard to play basketball if you're old.
Yeah.
It's also hard to play basketball in this period where we're seeing
exactly the ball pressure.
More ball pressure. The pace is faster than it's ever been. And it's also a start and stop league right now. Like, all these fouls being called.
Mm-hmm.
If you're older, I know what it's like to wake up in the morning.
Harder to do that.
Get going, and then something, slows me down. Like, sometimes if you talk to me long enough at the gym while I'm doing a set, I might go home afterwards. Like, I might not pick up the next weight, because it's just like, it can be hard to stop and go. And so right now there's a particular feel to the league that makes it hard for these type of teams to get up and keep going. But I just think there's no, the young guys have not figured out exactly where they fit when the older guys sit. And that is so important, because Jimmy's going to need his rest. Steph is going to need his rest. And of course, Al Horford's already getting his rest. So, they really got to figure that out.
Well, they lost a few games without Steph, right? And then they ran into the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have turned into like NBA
the Golden State Warriors.
They're the 2015, 2016 Warriors. And the thing about that, it's like, you could go into that game saying, yeah, you're probably going to lose, because OKC is just demolishing teams. But it's how you lose.
Right. They weren't competitive for a second.
They weren't competitive. And that's what Draymond said. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, literally tonight against the Spurs, they can come out and be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And it can completely change our entire conversation. The difference is, though, for me, what I'm looking at, can you get consistent? Not, have a team meeting on the plane or at breakfast and rip into the team. Draymond says what he says, or Jimmy says what he says, and we come out energized for this one game. Like, it needs to be consistent. It's strange.
Yeah, I think they were both talking about pods, because Isaiah Joe's just blowing by him the whole night.
Either way, it's interesting. And it's funny that Jimmy, I didn't realize that Jimmy had meant to mention this. I saw Draymond's comments, but
so somebody told Jimmy about
Draymond. Somebody asked Jimmy
about
the Draymond comments.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, he's right there.
It's just, Jimmy literally said the night before, when talking about Jonathan Kuminga, to your point about like maybe it was about, JK, he invited Jonathan Kuminga to his house for dinner after he's had one or two bad games in a row. And he said that there's not an expectation for you to have every single day 100%. You're not going to be great every day. And you can have 5 points one night, you can have 45 points the next night, and it just completely erases all of that. So that's why it's like, I am now curious as to if there is some sort of action that they saw, behaviors that they saw, that had encouraged them to say someone's acting in their own interest as opposed to the interest of the team.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But it's weird. And if there's any team that has a spotlight on how quickly they turn this around, it is the Steph Curry era in the Bay.
Yeah.
The Thunder are going to win 74 games, man.
Thanks so much for listening to the morning shoot around. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. We'll be back tonight with another episode. for you guys. We'll talk to you guys again then.
That was such a great way to
That
That
was,
was
go.
great.
that was so funny. You're like, we are not getting into that. See you guys
Nope.
later. Bye-bye.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Does it say that the stream has stopped for you, or are we still live?
It looks like we're live still.
I think we're still live.
Mhm.
StreamYard is.
Still online.
But
Well, I got a meeting, y'all. So
Okay. We
behind the scenes with a messed up StreamYard. Here we are.
hello everybody. This
Show's
is
over. If you have questions,
yeah.
We're
yeah,
in overtime.
while I'm trying to hang this thing up, I can't do it. Literally, the buttons are all messed up. So if you're here, this is
This is
raw.
This is
just
raw right here.
We're
And
hanging.
we're just stuck. It's like we're stuck in this inside the television.
Yeah. Hopefully, I can figure this out because it is. It says
It's the mobile thing.
where it
It's,
should
it's that,
say.
yeah, it's that weird mobile thing. This is great.
Well,
We won't say the company that we're using for this.
okay, now Andrew is gone and it's
Yeah, he's just like bailed.
he was tired.
What happens if we just leave?
Yeah, maybe it
I'm stuck
works.
here.
If we were to just die, can we just end it all?
I don't know.
Oh, the stream is now live.
There-
You told me the stream
We're
is live.
back.
Okay, we're back.
It's the afternoon shoot around.